You've just caught me having a quick sip out of my cup of coffee this morning. I'll pop that back down. Right, you remember where we got to yesterday? So let's finish this beanie off now. Here's where we got to. And as I explained to you, I was going to do the last 2 rows of knit and purl, knit one, purl one. So that's where we've got to so far. And all we've got now is the last 2 decreasing rows, which I'm going to do for you now. Okay, so the first decreasing row is purl 2 together, and we purl 2 together all the way across the row. Oops, trying not to get too many rows of stitches in. Here we go. I must say hello to all the new viewers. You're very welcome. Thank you for joining me, and all the new subscribers as well. Thank you very much for subscribing. So this time the decreasing row is going to halve the number of stitches left on the needle, and then it will halve again when I do the last decreasing row, which will take it down to approximately, I think it's 9 stitches. I have to make sure I'm not catching all the fluffy bits off the next stitch. Let's get me a bit more yarn out there. There we go. Right, so that's that one. And as you can see, we've halved the stitches. Okay, so now the last decreasing row is knit 2 together all the way across. Now I found with this beanie that you can actually reverse it. The way I do it, the way I sew it up, you can actually do it as a reversible beanie. Doesn't look any different, or it does look slightly different because of the way the patterning is, but other than that it doesn't look much different. And because I've crocheted in a line of stitches, it fits in quite well with the pattern. So there we go, and there we're down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9 stitches. Okay, so that's one side, and that's the other side. Now the way I do this, because what we want is enough yarn to thread all those up and crochet all the way down the edge. Okay, so let's get rid of that. And what I do is measure approximately 1, 2, 3, 4, approximately 5 and a bit lengths to do all that, and that should be enough. Pop that on there and get my little, here's my little needle. I've got a nice bright green one so I can find it in all the yarns. Thread that up, and the first thing we're going to do, you know, it doesn't matter how many times I do this, I always end up with one bit longer than the other. I don't know how I do it, but never mind. Right, so now we're going to just pick up all these stitches, and what I do when I've picked up the first one, I pull it a bit tight, otherwise you can end up with a a hole in the middle. And the final two. We can now get rid of that and pull it through. Whoops, not round the needles, otherwise you'll get stuck. Okay, and you pull that. What I do then is pull it really tight, and on the last stitch, which is here, I take the needle over and pick up just under the threads on the last stitch to hold it tight. Trying not to get it in a knot at the same time. Stick my finger through there, that might help. There we go. And then I just put the ends together, and this is where my ending with a knit one comes in useful, because I can see exactly where I've got to put the crochet stitches. So that can come off, and get my crochet hook. I'm using a size 4 crochet hook, so it's not a big one. And then it's through and a single crochet. Because it's fluffy, you have to go a bit careful with this. If you put the bases together, you can see where it's going to be stitched up. The first few are always a bit more difficult because they're on the shaping of the hat. There we go. Now we're getting into the... Because I'm not very good at sewing, I find this a lot easier. And I've done a lot of jumpers, whatever I've knitted, I've tended to crochet together rather than sewing, because for me it's easier, and for me it makes a much nicer finish, because my sewing tends to be all over the place. So I just must say hello to Sheila. I did reply to your message, Sheila, this morning. I tend to reply to the messages the morning after the video. So if you send me a message this afternoon, don't panic. I will reply, but it probably won't be till tomorrow morning. Okay, so as you can see, this doesn't take too long to do. And you can see there the row coming down the hat. I'm going to sneeze, excuse me. Oh, excuse me. Oh dear. Sorry about that.
It's all the fluff.
Yeah, the fluff's going up my nose. But there we go. Right, let's get this done. There we go. Doesn't take long. And then you're usually just left with 2 ends to sew in at the bottom. And what I do when I get to the bottom is I will put a little knot in the 2 ends. Not a knot, but I'll show you what I mean. Just to finish off and hold the yarns together. lost the yellow one, that one. There we go. You can see I'm coming towards the end of the yarn now I get to the bottom, which is why I use about 5 and a bit lengths. Oh, I caught that on something, so let's take that back and do it again. And we just got enough for the last one here. There we go. And this one at the bottom, we can turn it. I actually missed one stitch, so what I will do is with this at the bottom is turn it upside down and crochet these so it comes up to meet the other one. Come out. There we go. See, none of us are perfect. I'll go past where I finished that one off to make it neater, and then I can just sew the ends in. Take that through. And there you've got your knitted crochet seam, and the ends can just be sewn in. Now you do this however you want to do it, because it depends on how you sew in the edges. I'm going to take that across that way and sew it in. Oops, she says, hopefully underneath, slightly underneath. There we go. And then you just need to snip that off. And if you were with me a few videos ago, you'll know that I keep all the ends and they go out for the birds to feather their nests with. These are the awkward ones because there's only a tiny bit left on here. So what I'm going to do is put the needle through first. And when it gets down far enough, thread it through. And pull. There we go. And now you can either have that like that, where it will lie flat and look pretty much like the other, as like it's meant to be, and then turn the edge up that way, or you can take it that way, where it just disappears into there. That's where it is there, and turn it up that way. I actually like it with the crochet showing, so I'm going to do this one this way. And there's our beanie. And I've got quite a bit of this yarn left, so I've got plenty. I've got some more lemon, and I've got pink There's the other pink. The other lemon. So what I thought I might do to go with that is make one of these like I made for Phil. And this is one of those little neck scarves that you put through the hole to snuggle around your neck with. So this is the one Phil wears when he goes walking to keep his neck warm. But I think when I do the next one, I'll move the gap down a little bit. And on this, I've done 36 stitches and 33 inches. But I'm going to try doing it with 34 stitches. And it'll be anywhere between 33 and 36 inches. So I'll have a go at that. And you can have a look at that when it's done. And if we need to, we can always do a tutorial, can't we? Okay, so that didn't take too long. Excuse me. My nose is running. At least you can tell this is live, can't you? There we go.
No editing either.
No editing on my videos. Don't do editing. See, we've got a nice smooth top there. Okay, so that's that. Okay, so I'm going to love and leave you. Please do carry on following me. I appreciate every single one of you that's following me. All 219 subscribers that I've got so far. I've replied to all the messages I've had so far. So please do follow. And then what I will do is put some things up on the Knits For You page as well, so that you can go across to that, okay, and have a quick peek at that while you're there. All right, so I will see you soon with another video. Not sure what we'll be doing, but I've got quite a few things going on, so we can take your pick and we'll just see what we're doing. And we are working on doing another live stream that hopefully we'll be able to load properly, or it will load properly this time.
And save.
In the meantime, take care. God bless all, and I'll see you soon.